It's Week 15 of the NFL, and we'll see Brock Purdy. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the 49ers and the Rams on Thursday night primetime.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going. And we are underway from Santa Clara. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The LA offense going to go to work for the first time, and it is the veteran Matthew Stafford at the helm in his 16th NFL season and 4th with the Rams.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
From the gun, here's Stafford. That's to the second-year man, Puka Nacua. And out across midfield down to the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing is Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time here with Kyren Williams. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. They run it again with Williams. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Rams put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now the 49ers getting ready to go on offense, and it's the Pro Bowler Brock Purdy at the helm in his 3rd NFL season now out of Iowa State.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers, because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
at the 31-yard line.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners first down as he'll get this up past the 40. Now Purdy. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
Second and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Out of the gun, Purdy. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 36 yards on the play.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Purdy from the gun. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Back to throw, Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Niners are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Again, McCaffrey. And this time he's into the end zone for a 49er touchdown.
Well, we talk a lot about Christian McCaffrey and what he can do in the open field, and it's easy to gloss over how tough he can be to stop near the goal line. And he shows you just how tough he is on that carry as he takes it into the end zone.
Jake Moody now for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. That time, a 9-play drive. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Rams offense had Cooper Kupp making their way back out. He's already made his presence felt in this one with his previous touchdown grab, and that's been the story of his season thus far as you take a look at the NFL's current leaders in touchdown receptions. They begin the drive with Williams, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. In motion, the tight end. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll get this one complete to Atwell. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. 3rd down and 6. To throw is Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now it's Stafford. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. You look at this Niner defense. They're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL. But it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down. 7-7, our score after one. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 21. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. 2nd and 5. Now Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. Call it a gain of a yard. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Now Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Stafford now to throw.
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Manor.
To the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Extra point try now for Moody.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here.
Oh, right on the heels of the pick 6, another ball intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Shotgun now with Purdy.
This one caught by Kittle. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. He got 29 yards that time. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango.
McCaffrey is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Throwing here, Purdy.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Eric Silver, a 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the 49ers go up by 2 touchdowns.
No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Moody good with the extra point.
And it's now 21-7.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Here's Stafford. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 33 yards that time. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Out of the gun, Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Stafford.
This one swung out to...
And he coughed it up. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
I know a lot of defensive coaches have certain guys on their squad that they look to as drive stoppers. Guys who can make big plays, interceptions, knock it free. In this case, they didn't need one. The offense supplied it for them, just dropping the ball.
Yeah, and that was after they were doing so well on this drive through the air. They go to the ground, doesn't work. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
Previous play
and
is
now,
under
as with
review.
every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Second and short now following the fumble. Again, it's Stafford. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Stafford. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Throwing is Stafford. That'll be caught by Kupp. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cooper Kupp as the first half is winding down. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Extra point right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. That's to the... Complete to Kittle. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Purdy. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. He was trying to get it to George Kittle. It's tight end. And now it's 3rd down. Final play of the half. Purdy. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. As far as the early games go, we'll be watching that one in Houston. The Texans in for a fight as they'll square off against the Miami Dolphins. More good stuff later in the afternoon, one being down in the desert, where it'll be the Cardinals at home in Glendale, taking on the New England Patriots. And finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. We saw the former All-Pro Christian McCaffrey up to his old tricks in that first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half.
Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Niners offense and Christian McCaffrey ready to go once more. And he's been a huge factor in the passing game all season long. His numbers reflect that. Currently leads all NFL running backs in receiving yards. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Escaping the pressure right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Purdy now to throw.
Flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
They'll go for it. Here's Purdy.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Play action. Stafford. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34.
Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. To throw is Stafford.
To the sideline and incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Short throw, it's Higbee. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit.
From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out.
And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
Off the option, here's McCaffrey.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Purdy.
Flushed out right.
And Purdy finds a way to move the chains. He slides to a stop, and he's got the first down.
They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Mason. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 19. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still on the...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Jordan Mason, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year,
as his guys are able to extend their lead.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
Now Moody for the PAT.
And that one pushes the lead up to 11. That time a 6-play drive. And the capper, a 19-yard touchdown run.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I've met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Off of play action, here's Stafford. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. A dump off for Mason. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Purdy.
Sliding out of the pocket. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down.
Let's go now.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Now it's Stafford. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now Stafford. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is right there. It's good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Niners set to take over on offense.
And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
Purdy from the gun.
Over the middle, complete. That's Mason. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down.
Purdy going to give this one to Mason.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter.
Here we go, set.
Throwing here, Purdy.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mason. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Purdy looking to throw.
Throw left side, complete. That's Mason.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here's Purdy.
Escaping the press. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Now Stafford.
He'll find a man over the middle. Tutu Atwell.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Stafford.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a fourth down. Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it. Desperation time for Stafford on fourth down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. Back to throw, Stafford. And he's got it. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Stafford now to throw. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee from 3 yards out. And the Rams have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the fourth. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs, so a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
Shotgun now with Purdy. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Mason going to get it on 1st down. He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visiting Niners who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Santa Clara.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Purdy on 4th down.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Williams. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Throwing to start the drive. Purdy looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mason. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Throwing, Purdy.
Flushed out right. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
4th down try. Here's Purdy.
Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll catch. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Here's Purdy to throw.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Mason.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Purdy to throw.
That's complete to the tight end. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Final minute. No timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10.
Over the middle, complete. That's Mason. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
This is 1st and 10. Purdy to throw.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. To throw is Purdy.
And this is caught at the 8. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So it's the 49ers who will get the football first with a chance to win it here in overtime. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
Purdy.
Eluding the pressure right. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. Now a first throw here in overtime. Escaping the pressure right. And still fighting. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Flush to his right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
On the ground again, it's Mason. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
44 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now a give to the big fullback Juszczyk. Stops short, down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home.
We'll play only the 1 overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down.
And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another 2nd and goal. Right back to Juszczyk again. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
On the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much, too.
So for the Niners, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Miami next week. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they've plummeted now to 3-11. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA